I was really excited to get to speak with Nathan Lockwood, who's the co founder and director of advancement and strategy at Rank the Vote. Rank the Vote is a national organization that supports grassroots efforts across the country to advance structural reforms, including ranked choice voting, proportional representation, fair maps, and open primaries. The organization offers internships to students both with Rank the Vote and also with its 30 plus state partners. So if you're interested in learning more, check out the description. Hello. So just to give viewers some context, would you please introduce yourself and describe Rank the Vote and its efforts?
Yeah, my name's Nathan Lockwood. I'm currently Director of Advancement and Strategy at Rank the Vote. I'm a co-founder of the organization and served as Executive Director for some years. Rank the Vote's a national, nonpartisan, nonprofit organization. We work to help people in different states to use grassroots strategies to expand, to improve democracy, make government uh, kind of be more of by and for the people, delivering for regular folks. And we do that by uh, helping organizations, a lot of them with a lot of volunteer participation, um, educate, organize, and advocate for structural reforms like ranked choice voting, proportional representation, fair maps, sometimes open primaries, to and to help them build communities in their state that are capable of get the law changed so they can have those things.
What is your experience and sort of Rank the Vote's experience working with young people and students as volunteers and interns?
Yeah, we've had a great experience going back to we started hosting interns in 2021 or 2022. I don't remember. I think maybe it was 22. And it's been a great experience. Folks sometimes talk about how young people are disillusioned with democracy or disenchanted with it. And I think for sure they're disillusioned about stuff. But I think many young people are really excited about democracy when they sort of understand that it could our pro you know it could be working better, and that many of their values and the things that they really want out of life and out of being a member of a society or a country or whatever, that those things would be much more possible if we had stronger and more effective and more participatory um, democratic institutions. So it goes beyond just the fancy words into tangible ways that can affect their life.
Cool. I can relate to that experience. I know you offer a number of a number of internship opportunities. How do they get connected to those opportunities?
So when we hire interns, we usually either, like when I interview them, I'm not just interviewing them to work with Rank the Vote National. I'm also interviewing them to potentially work for any of our 30 plus state partner organizations, which is great because, sometimes, college students that go to school in one state, they live in another state. And with a partner network like what we have, plus national organization opportunities, sometimes I'll even refer them to other national organizations. We have, pretty good opportunity to find a role that fits. The other thing is because of the grassroots nature of the work we do and the fact that a lot of it's volunteer based, like for someone who's, a student, a young person who wants to roll up their sleeves and do something that makes a difference and apply their talents to something, um, you don't have to have done it before. So we will usually go one of three routes. We will either work with a student who can get a stipend from their university. We
Mhm.
will pay them as a part-time employee, basically,
Gotcha.
or we will in some cases, we might ask them to volunteer. That's, our least favorite. Young people have lots of expenses these days. It's expensive to live, so we do like to see people compensated for their work. By the same token, our model involves, giving people an opportunity to help uh, improve the world by, if they can afford the time. Maybe they can't afford the money, but they can afford the time, and they have great skills or great networks, or they just have a great desire to do good things, and helping them plug them into opportunities where they can really make the most of that. So anyways, so this year, for example, I'm working with a couple universities that have stipend systems And so what I would say is if you are a student and you're at a university, finding out if your university has a program that will provide stipends for students volunteering for nonprofits
Mm-hmm.
is a great way to uh, you know, almost guarantee yourself a chance of getting an internship
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. So that's a resource if it's there. You know, some students do a great job pursuing career services. Some schools are very proactive about it.
Mm-hmm.
Some students like me when I was in college didn't always maybe do as much as they could have to like see what was available, but definitely get to be friendly with your career services people and really make the most of what opportunities they do offer is what I would say.
Sounds great. Are there any opportunities for students in California specifically to volunteer or intern with Rank the Vote, like remotely? How does that, yeah.
Yeah, so depending on where you're getting plugged in, there can be either in-person or remote opportunities. We
Mm-hmm.
tend to not have offices. So what I call an in-person opportunity just means
Mm-hmm.
like when you go to, work at events or volunteer at events,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be there with other people from the organization. They might be volunteers, they might be staffers. We don't have too many opportunities where we have to actually have people in offices.
A while ago, I met over Zoom a student, I think he was at University of Michigan, working with Rank the Vote to like collect signatures. And it makes me think that you have some sort of university chapters or university partnerships. And so I just was curious if you would elaborate on that.
Our partners have some university chapters
Mm-hmm.
and partnerships. You know, I would say this is a place where for a student that wants to build an organization on their campus, we can help you do it
Mm-hmm.
uh, with you taking the lead, and
Mm-hmm.
you can do great things. Like there's one of the first ones that was set up was at Yale a few in 2022. It was an intern returning from their internship who said, I'd like to stay involved.
Mm-hmm.
How can I do that? I'm like, well, you could start a chapter on campus, and they're still going,
No way.
4 years later.
And then, is there anything else you'd like to add?
One thing we do at Rank the Vote is we do have things where we really need them a lot specific things we need a lot of help with, but we also what we find is a lot of these interns are really multi-talented people, and we try to give people space and opportunity. And certainly as a volunteer, you have this, but even in a paid internship, give people the opportunity to explore different areas and find out where they feel like they enjoy the work the most, where they can make the biggest impact.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, so I encourage you to apply. It's a great way to feel like you're making a difference
Mm-hmm.
during a time when sometimes it isn't clear that that's possible. So I think
Mm-hmm.
apply to Rank the Vote.
Awesome. Thank you so much.